If you have ever been denied medical care because of your insurance, you know how helpless that feels. Tonight, Kent shares how a Minnesota mom took her fight public, and she found hope in that process.
Millions of people have spent the week following the incredible journey of one-year-old Stella McMahon.
It has been a wild ride. We're very thankful.
Alexandria McMahon says her daughter's ride really began 1 year ago this week.
It was dire.
A series of tests revealed a devastating diagnosis: infant T-cell leukemia.
I think they haven't had this kind of T-cell here at Children's for over 20 years.
She has a rare form of an already rare disease.
Dr. Lane Miller says Stella immediately began treatment, including chemotherapy, at Children's Minnesota, and it was working.
She got down to no detectable disease, which is a huge win, a huge win.
But she recently lost the ability to continue treatment.
She has a viral illness right now.
Stella needs healthy T-cells to fight that virus, but her chemo wiped them out.
The only other option out there is to bring some more T-cells back in.
And Dr. Miller says Cincinnati Children's just happens to offer T-cell infusions for that specific virus.
We needed to get her to Cincinnati with a medical team and get her there quickly, which required an air ambulance.
Did you say it was denied?
Yeah, the prior authorization got denied.
But Stella's insurance disagreed.
Claiming that she was well enough to travel over 24 hours by land.
It's very frustrating.
Dr. Lane filed an appeal, but instead of waiting,
It will take 24 to 72 hours.
Alexandria decided to post the call on social media.
It took off, and our community absolutely showed up for us.
Her videos generated millions of views and much more.
So we got a phone call at about 9 a.m. The following day.
The call came from Dr. Waris Bakari, a co-founder of Claimable, a startup that uses AI to fight health insurance denials. And he also happens to be friends with billionaire Mark Cuban.
And said that Mark Cuban saw my video at 6 a.m. and told him to just take care of it.
So we're just going to pay for it and they'll find the insurance on the back end. I don't think you guys should wait.
The next day, little Stella was in the air, all expenses paid.
We landed in Cincinnati, another ambulance ride. The infusion itself was 90 seconds.
90 seconds?
Yes, sir, 90 seconds, a minute and a half. And I was like, all of this, man, for a 90-second infusion. But it was beautiful. We needed it.
Hours later, they returned to Children's Minnesota, where they remain.
I think today we are actually starting to see the first signs of improvement.
Stella's road ahead is still uncertain, but they can't say enough about a certain billionaire and the millions more who lifted them up.
There's no words that I could put together to describe how thankful and humbled we are to have had this opportunity. Our hearts are filled with gratitude, and we will pay that forward for the rest of our lives if we can.
No point in being a billionaire if you're not using it to help people when you can. Since her video took off online, Alexandra says her insurance, then they called her back to say, well, we reversed our decision. She says they wouldn't say what prompted them to change their minds, and she doesn't think that insurance company ever will. We'll be right back.